Greetings, students. Today we will start learning a concept called women entrepreneurship, which is mostly in focus nowadays in the current era. We have 50% of the population who are women, and they are not rightly represented in the business forums. So, in this context, the government of India, as a society where we live, we are supposed to encourage women entrepreneurship, and in this context, we'll understand what who is women entrepreneurship, what make them to take up the entrepreneurship, and what are the challenges they are facing, and how we can make sure that how the entrepreneurs are thriving in their business. Let us try understand one by one. What is or who is woman entrepreneurship? Woman entrepreneurs may be defined as a woman or a group of women who initiate, organize, and run business concerns. This is the meaning what we are we know from our layman languages. However, the government of India has defined a woman entrepreneur as an enterprise owned and controlled by women having minimum financial interest of 51% of the capital and giving at least 51% of the employment generated in the enterprise to women. That is, there are two conditions that has to be met. One is the capital should be owned by the woman, should be more than 51%, plus so the employed people in that particular enterprise should be more than 51%. When these conditions are met, it can be treated as a woman enterprise or woman entrepreneur are running the particular entity or the business. Okay, so if you can go in detail, there we can find why women are coming to the business. What is the necessity? Why what is the things that making them to take up the enterprise? So it is to economically become independent, to establish their own enterprise, to establish their identity in the society, to achieve excellence in their endeavors, to build confidence to themselves, to develop a risk assuming ability, to climb equal status in the society, to secure greater freedom and mobility. These are the 8 major points that make women to take up the enterprise business. However, in the current scenario, we can notice there are many problems faced by the women entrepreneurs. First one is the problem of finance. Since the finance is the blood of the blood which is going to give a life to the business, where the funding is very much required, and however, in this context, the women are not able to get the sufficient finance. The second one is a raw material availability. The third one is stiff competition, since the market is an open market and very tough to compete with the the available resources with the less skilled or entrepreneur skills. Then limited mobility, since the Indian predominantly a woman is basically a family woman, so obviously there is a limited mobility. She cannot go around to make an business activities. The second one is the lack of education. Many of women are not highly educated in terms of business operations. There are other reasons which is hindering the business of a woman, that is male dominated society. Since India is a developing country, so obviously the male domination is much more, especially in the business. And the eighth and the last is low risk bearing ability. That means women entrepreneurs are not encouraged to take up the higher and higher ability to take the business to the new levels and take up the business. Business means basically consists of a risk taking ability. So as an entrepreneur, as a policymakers, and we should insist for the more and more entrepreneurs, for for women who can take up into different scenarios and businesses where she can thrive, and it can excel, and Indian economy can grow further and further. Thank you very much.